Well, that was fun, and it took me all 4 minutes of that video to promote Cool Beans. Let's get it started. It's case 5 time. Every Ace Attorney's worst nightmare, but also like the most exciting part. So let's do it. Let's just go right. Let's get into it. Game supports an autosave feature. Well, with that. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Press any key, press any key. Do that, and then let's continue. The adventure of the unspeakable story. Investigation Part Uno. Let's do it, shall we? The Hound of the Baskervilles. The Hound it was, but it was not such a hound as anyone has ever seen. Its eyes glare now.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us.
It's not that big.
A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. Look well, Wilson, Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. For this is the diabolical Hound of the Baskervilles.
The Baskervilles? Do tell me more. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Sozeki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious, co-hero. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. Okay, what's going on? So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Oh boy. 15th April, 9:13 a.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Knock, knock, knock. Am I representing Sholmes? It'll be fun. It'll be a fun time, but it won't happen. Hey Robin, how you doing? That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. After he'd gone, Suzato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Suzato-san? Yes. Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. Hey, Paper Star, how you doing? Wow, you oh, look, you flipped them. They're blapping at each other. Cute. How's it going? She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Here we go again. Let's converse. A telegram. What's heavier? A telegram of steel or a telegram of feathers? So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean... Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, but you're not gonna get away with that. Oh, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Is it boring, in fact? I don't know. But steel's heavier than feathers. But they're both a kilogram. What? They're both a kilogram. But steel's heavier than feathers. Look, they're the same. No, look at the size of that. That's cheating. No, they're the same weight. They're both a kilogram. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. Sozeki-san. I suppose Sozeki-san will have arrived back in Japan now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago we had that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. And large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have become of Sozeki-san had he stayed in London, that's all. You mean, as regards Lord Van Zieks? The Reaper? Yes, I can't help but wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. The Reaper. We love talking about this dude. We must be in love with him. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Whew. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Sozeki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps? Within London town? Please book me first class to my fancy house in London town. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper's to be believed, it would mean he would sort of justice himself. Why? Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Why? Surely not why? Building, that's why? Sorting, whatever. Sword against more acquitted defendants. Last sighted in Reno, but it still says it will deliver by the end of the day. Oh no. I take it you're not very close to Nevada then. Maybe like West Coast, but not that west, or Wester maybe? No, I don't think so. Apparently Lord Van Zieks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh? Yes, since Sozeki-san's trial. He's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seemed. Oh, you're in Seattle. Cool. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So, it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then. Ugh, just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Oh, nice! Congratulations! Spring at last, and the weather is warmer now, but I love the smell of fire and steam rising from the kettle. Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. Green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover. Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? I've only been here in London for about 2 months. My desk is starting to look a little messy already. Oh, it runs in the family! Look at that! You could tidy up once in a while. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies, and time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. She wins. I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Get him. Shovel for murder? From Waiter? That spade has been here since we started renting the place. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. Oh man, this is the original stepladder with a shovel. Oh, that feels good. I love this song, by the way. So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. She hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face, so... Oh. Okay. I would sleep here, yeah. Ah, this must be the telegram. Let's see. I wasn't even... No, you mustn't look at that. Not under any circumstances. Alright, I won't. Yeah, we will. I'm sorry, Naruto-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. And put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing well. Rather well. And the anemones, too. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness and Brittanness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great, though, is it? You know, I've never seen inside your room there, Susato-san. I've never even peeped inside. I should think so, too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. Whatever you say, young maiden. I love these two. They're so good. Let's go to Sholmes' suite. Let's see Daddy. Or I mean, not Daddy, but like, you know. Uncle? Morning, Runo. Morning, Susie. Good morning, Iris. What is that noise? Iris? What is it, Runo? What is that terrible noise? Sounds like a cat being strangled. Ah, yes. You noticed that, did you? Harley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. Oh no. Hello. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Good morning. A good morning to die, perhaps. No, it's no time to die. This weekend. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Oh shit. Nightbot. I swear I gotta get better at... Damn this blanched existence. Blanched existence. Truly. No, Nightbot, we don't want to watch all the feeds. It's not a multi. Disable. Enable blind. There we go. Yeah. That's all it is, dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. Poor guy. What's going on? I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. Meow. Hello. Hello there, little boy. Oh look, it's Wagahai. Wagahai? Wagahai? Hello, cat. Good morning, boy. Meow. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. How did it get there? Well then, everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. Ugh. It would indeed be a fine day to die. I knew something looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. Yeah, everything. This is going to be the greatest conversation of all time. Wanting to die. Well, I feel you, buddy. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its mellifluent tones would make flowers bloom. Luigi Lady Gaga. It's just funny. But now the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I have bowed, days even, through the night I have endeavored to no avail. Found my tone is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone, gone forever. No more recitals of unbridled emotion. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Early? Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. On one day they bestow the genius of a man, the next they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh, dear. Ugh, why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left, for pity's sake? What is left? Come on, buddy. Just keep trying on the violin. Don't fuck it up. Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but your desk looks rather empty today. Well done, Miss Susato. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh no, Mr. Sholmes, they pale into insignificance when compared to yours. You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Ali's great analytoscope? That's at Windibanks now. Sorry? It's at a Windy Bank? No, Windibanks, the pawnbrokery. Pawn? What? Is he pawn? You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours? There's some considerable value, you see, quite undeservingly. But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. Should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear madam, things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. I'm Rick Harrison, and this is my UK pawn shop. Seems that none of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? The third dialogue option gonna be pawnbroking? Yep. What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in the return, they are able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windibanks, you see? Pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain? Of course, you have to watch Early with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Early? What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Okay. I had a feeling. Any other topics? No, we just got a good friend. Iris here. Music shift? Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then. Oh yes, and I've become very attached to the Waggy. It would appear his previous owners completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their muses are as empty as the hearts of the muses. If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. Pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Don't we know it? Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable. Meow. Look at the little kitty. Yes, he really is. Oh yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you noticed. You are observant, Bruno. Look, I use this. It's my latest and there's the music change. My latest invention. What? What is that? I call it the cat flapper-mat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? That's right. You can make a cat flap to a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And I can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't it have been quicker to just make the cat flap rather than making a machine make the cat flap? Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Oh, what is that? Spider hunter? Spider clutter. Screech! What was that? Oh no! My eye's tangled up in your violin! I think he thinks it's a toy! No! What's he doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Schultz's precious violin. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Early? Out of the cat's reach if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. So this is the violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it from him at 55 shillings. How honorable of you. And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I've made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music? Tolerate this blanched existence? No. You know, he's right. There is none. Mr. Sholmes? What, dear madam? What? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies released from this novel. Oh, this is the line where in the fan translation it says, yes, I was pondering whether I should die or not, or whatever he says. That's where this comes from. Okay. My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies released from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal. Don't you think? What do you mean, Mr. Sato? Oh, Cece's right. Yes. The tone of the wood is completely different. That's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? What? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. What? Oh, he fainted! Oh my god! Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you alright? You're right. You are quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what, pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then? I see what must have happened. You do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what happened if we asked her. Alright, Iris. Come here. Mix-up. What did you mean by mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windibanks until last week. And with the pawnbrokers? Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner. There's a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed. So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? Oh, what a wonderful idea. Last week I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. It would appear Mr. Windibank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. My ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Sure, a fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruto, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time. It is the viola. Hi, you're building your desk. Hope that's been going well. But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. We're gonna burn the place down, right? We're just gonna storm into Windibanks and fuck it up.
Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it.
Sorry? Crunching your toast with a vacant aspect, pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? We must visit Mr. Windibank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Miss Susato. At a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to press your egg ever more obtusely. Alright, say no more, let's go then. Don't worry, Bruno, I'll be happy to heat it up again for you later. Oh, thank you, Iris. This happens, I'm rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker looks like. Just go straight there, I guess. 15th April, Windibanks Pawnbrokery. So this is a British pawnbrokery. Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before. Ah, Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this? Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. Ah, Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Yes, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo. It's time to inform Mr. Windibank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. Hello, Mr. Windibank. Hello. Naturally, you will call this which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes? This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windibank. The color of the wood is different, it has holes in it, it's not even the same size. Wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. No! I shall have to take my own life. Jesus Christ. I don't think that would be necessary, do you? If I may just say one thing before I pop off, girl, fuck it up. Yes? It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon myself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry. As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin, and when I heard, here it is. You did? And when I turned to controvert you, sir, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. No, stop me, dear fellow, the fault is mine. Phew. It appears the fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windibank. Evidently my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? I do believe you may be right, sir. Either laugh or cry, I suppose. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needn't remind you of the peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past. Oh? Peculiar items? In the extreme, ma'am. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Herlock Sholmes or some such. I believe there was also some kind of it looked to be a silicone cucumber of some kind. I believe you brought over to my desk at one point. Yes. There were certainly other things as well, but I most certainly remember the cucumber.
Oh my, a new full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean?
Forgive me.
Wait, before you die, you must tell me more. I must know more. Tell me everything. Wow, that sounds really fired up now. Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windibank. It's like that. 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more. It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I'm confident it will be quite safe here.
That was glad. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom.
Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this?
I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then can kindly continue to store my belongings securely.
Of course, sir. Of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you, on my life.
It's all very strange. I wonder, can I ask you something?
A gentleman from the East, I say. Well, yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it.
Without wishing to offend the tone of someone.
Ball.
Sorry?
Aha, but for your splendid attire, man. 5 guineas, no less. Colors are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern artistry at its finest, I say.
Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokers are used rather like banks here in London.
Yes, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you described. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage. And if in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned.
What happens if they don't pay you the money?
Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed then?
That's right, man, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. What a customer's precious belongings be lost. The only recompense is for me to end it all.
The very idea, Mr. Winterbank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually. This is the man who was telling us it was a good day to die only this morning. And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device which Mr. Winterbank has installed here in his shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Winterbank? What was that deep sigh about? Let's find out. What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are two just below the ceiling. I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. This is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. Every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shock.
Here, I have an example I can show you.
Ah yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity of the shock. I developed a special type of film so sensitive that it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary. You can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look. So you see that if were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed unless he came between... Yeah, exactly. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Indeed, as you say, my dear madam. Then what if the incident were to occur in between times? One could only say, that'd be a cruel twist of fate.
Must confess your devices have been giving me some cause for distress as of late.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Winterbank? Surely they're anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word.
I just want to check something. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously placed not one, but 2 cameras in my shop after all, which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older.
Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbroker, you know? My dear fellows, we are verging on an age where safety and security must come at a price.
Oh, heaven help us! Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin.
Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Winterbank.
Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop. If anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer.
I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt.
Fear not.
Sorry.
I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed.
That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Winterbank.
What a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes.
So, Mr. Naruto, now we can explore at last. Got anything else in here? Oh. Oh, we're good. Look at this. What could this lovely big shiny box be? That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country? Oh my, yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before. Shall we listen a while? Ah, what a sublime sound. Like the music of angels. I've never heard anything like it before in my life. This particular specimen is of the larger variety, only found in public houses and restaurants.
There's a metal disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Oh shit, you know what I realized? I think with the breach that happened and me changing my password, I guess I gotta go turn Seribot back on at some point. Goodness, what a simply delightful machine. Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
Only in Great Britain, my dear.
What an assortment of things there are on the shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches, almost anything you care to imagine.
Those are full fitted items offered for sale by the pawnbroker.
What does that really mean, though?
When you pawn, or colloquial, pop an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing.
Oh yes, now you've explained it. I'm noticing little price tags and everything.
Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping.
So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never. It embodies my student spirit. Scales of justice? There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there.
That leads to the storage room. Mr. Windibank keeps articles that are currently in pawn.
Ah, I see.
There is nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly would advise any loss in this activity. Recommended or not, it's not something I intend to do. There's but one key, and Mr. Windibank keeps it in his pocket. Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot which he slides under his pillow. How on earth do you know about that, Mr. Sholmes? I'm a detective, sir. It's my business to know what others do not. Frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain.
Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder.
The prime suspect of this pawnbrokery is ever burgled.
Look at that enormous ledger on the open counter. Mr. Windibank is if nothing else, very particular. Mr. Windibank is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts. He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. This revolver here.
Do not entertain a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. I assure you, Mr. Windibank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belying his portly size.
Oh, you don't mean he
blows brains out? Indeed, in recompense for his blunder.
Oh my. But in any case, of course we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it? Now, what do you suppose this rather enormous machine is? You just have two little windows for looking through.
Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you were looking at is a stereoscope.
Fascinating.
It's aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself.
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me just a moment while I have just a look.
Well, you do have this on there, I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you'll need to be cross-eyed. However, if that's beyond you, it is of little consequence today.
Alright then, I'm going to try it. Ah! Mr. Naruto, you must see, at once.
Oh, alright then.
So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose.
What the?
I don't believe it.
It's a photographic print, but
it seems like you could reach out and touch it.
Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic?
There's no magic, my dear madam, Isabel.
Far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day when you learn what it means. Oh. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th April, today's date.
Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date.
Perfect calendar for tearaway fellows such as yourself, Mr. Windbank. And who was it that walked out of here with the wrong violin before?
Well, when the agreed storage period is passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see, so I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. Look at this, whatever could this be used for?
I have no idea.
Ah. There's a small catch just here, look.
We're going to open it, aren't we?
Oh my, that's amazing. It's some sort of spring-load mechanism.
Which we'll never manage to put back the way it was before.
What are you two doing? What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. Feels as though I've seen something rather similar to this somewhere.
What? Only 2 pence for it.
Same file, and you know it. The article is very good with the money.
Okay.
Sounds like there's an argument brewing over right on it. Come on, back up, everyone. You're not letting to see younger. Oh, it's Iris, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, it's Gina! Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize it. Oh, yes, it's the young lady. It's from Mr. McGilda's trial 2 months ago. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, and earns a crust among large crowds, believing people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Gina, what's going on? Gordon Bennett, you lot! Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Eh, what? You remembered me then, do you? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what are you doing here? Like the rest of us, nothing to eat. I come and pop that black vessel's. Sorry, coat, have ya? What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ah, Mr. Sholmes! So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? I'm to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Windbank on your behalf. For the other one, I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out my business, go on, I'll make trouble for you. As you wish, Mr. Lestrade, I will happily remove myself from your presence. He's really done it. He's gone.
I'm sorry, but as I said, there's really no room for negotiation here.
What's that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc? And you, go on, leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Suzanne can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. No, not that. Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who's a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well, I am, alright? I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That's not a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got on a dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase. Like, he's like 75 today, actually. He's like 78 years old today, Chevy Chase is, actually. Well, I might have been thinking about something along this line. You're not gonna deny it, Mr. Naruto? Alright, then I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know. I don't know how to best answer that, really. Aye, laddie. Suppose, sometimes. You're not gonna deny it either, Miss Lestrade? But not this time, alright? I swear, that thing belongs to me. the disc that Mr. Windibank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. I enjoy Gina. She's really fun. Mr. Windibank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? Seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Ah, this is a music disc you see for use inside a music box.
In a music box? What? You don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is, I've just never seen one of these discs before.
The small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going and beautiful music plays.
It's so incredible! Tell us, what tune is on this disc? Well... Oh my gosh, hey Behemoth, how you doing? Thank you so much for the raid, I really appreciate it. What's going on? How was your stream? Let me get your shout out. Out. Sick. No. Sick. Just chatting, huh? What were you up? How did that go? I hope you had a great stream. For anybody who doesn't know me, I am Twilight King 432. I am a variety streamer, and I am, as you can tell, I am currently playing Great Ace Attorney. I haven't done anything else this week, but usually I try to run a side project or something along, so I don't have this dominating my channel. Oh, you chatted at the end. Yeah, Tad arduous as any Resident Evil 6 stream. Well, I hope you had fun for the most part. Gotcha. Yeah, so currently, other than this, I'm playing Sonic Heroes. I have to do Team Dark and Team Chaotix's story at some point. It's been going great. We just started the last case in the game, I presume, in the last case of the first game, I presume. So that's really exciting. And yeah, we've just met an old character who is not currently on the screen, and old as in a couple cases ago, and we're just having a good time. Thank you very much for the raid, and let me get you your countermeasures real quick before I forget. Not that one. I really need to tell that thing not to loop. Anyway, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate the Behemoth.
There are so many different types of music boxes, see? British made, German, Swiss. I've no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for.
I see.
And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny.
Thank you so much. So, those are my old countermeasures, but I don't know, I missed them, so I put them back up on the screen for a little bit. On the stream for a little bit. I'll probably, if I get rated again, you'll see the second one.
Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny.
That's a packet of lies. He told me he did. He said it was Will. He? Who? Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc's worth good money, I know it is. I can't do accents to save my life.
Well then, you'll have to chuck your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you?
See about Gina Lestrade, what's she up to?
She's been in before, of course, this little tatterdemalion.
I see.
I brought some dubious article or other with her every single time I'm on her.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, mate. So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today?
Well, if only it were that simple.
Sorry, what do you mean?
What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
Ah, a storage ticket. So, Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff that needs stolen. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious.
The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight, but she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and interest. I was obliged to return the article to her.
What was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windibank.
The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed.
Oh. What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does.
So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this? Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree a price.
New article to pawn. This is a weird start to the case, but you know, it's cool. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today.
It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say.
For this heavy black coat, which you returned her care, as I had understood it.
That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets.
Oh, you mean... What? Don't you know it's rude, stout lady? Oh, right. Aye, laddie, if you had the chance to change your fate, would you? I see, so it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am.
And she immediately tried to pawn it. For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think. No problem. You take care, Behemoth. I really appreciate you sending your raiders my way. And you have a great night, and we'll see you around again. Take care. Give it all. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Mrs. Strahd, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me. Doesn't really appear to be your size. Me old man. It's me old man's, ain't it? Is it, Mrs. Strahd? Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Oh, she's great. Just fun. Out of my way, please. What now? Oh, hello. Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? I don't know, Posh.
Hello. Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen.
What's your problem, eh?
There is no problem as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve.
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. You think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Eh? Who are you? How'd you know who I am?
Question is, how do you not know who I am? And you haven't the courtesy to even remember the faces of your victims, it seems.
What? You mean from you?
Broker. Yes, sir.
I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you now.
Yes. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Oh my. No, that's a lie. What you're trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say...
And my music box disc too. No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's my old man's, or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. How do you steal an overcoat off of somebody? Like, what? What is happening? I'm so confused, as usual. This is a very awkward situation. Yes, I think we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. The gentleman's accusation. Miss Lestrade, what did the gentleman say? What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now.
No, I swear it. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business. This little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. This wretched...
Yet again?
Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time we've been talking about these slum scoundrels.
No, he do look kind of fine, though, with the outfit, though. Like... Oof. And you can see the curvature down here. You can definitely see the curvature. He's got cake. What would appear to be cake, anyway.
Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his overcoat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
Hold on, why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy call, and you think I'm the dodgy one?
I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what? You what, mate?
Evidence?
Evidence that the article was described or deemed directed nonsense, gentlemen. Of course, we need only to consult Mr. Winbank's ledger to know the truth. Be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. Yes, brilliant.
I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh, ledger's private?
I never ask customers' names. It's a strict policy of mine.
But why not?
Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their own anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir.
Might have trouble if you the watchword associated with the article in question. Watchword?
Of course. Of course, it's... Professor. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need.
This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article. Without doubt. A watchword? Interesting. Watchwords. So much is happening, I don't know how this relates to the case at all. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Winterbank.
As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activity secret.
Oh yeah. Imagine, bud. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great detectives have no dark secrets, none at all.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a new watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. Date of deposit, description, and a watchword to uniquely identify each item. And of course, I give the storage ticket to the customer. Someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
But someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article?
That's right, sir, yes.
Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid.
And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat deposited 2 months ago on 15th February. With a watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir.
But how?
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt.
Ugh. Excuse me, but who are you?
One would expect the Inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you.
Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here.
Oh yes, Japan, I've heard talk of the place. Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices.
You might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that? What was that theatrical gesticulation about?
Perhaps. Anyway, if you were a gentleman, sir.
Robin, it's 1900s Britain, honey. It's all they're all like this.
At this point, it's not a surprise. Perhaps anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you should offer your own name first before inquiring after the name of another. Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer, well, a student of law, really. And my name is Susato Mikotoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. Check something. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, this is taking us a hot second. I just need to take care of something. Love this song, by the way. This game has such a fantastic soundtrack. It's just utterly amazing. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I getcha, but like at this point, it's just not surprising. Anyway, sorry, I just needed Saribot to come back. I see. My name is Benedict. Yes, Eggert Benedict. Oh my god. Enchanté. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. What a name. Yeah, you're right. You're right, buddy. Now, to the matter at hand. My overcoat, return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off. Every move he makes, every breath he takes. Can't stand watching him. Every breath you take, every move you. I'll be watching you. Great reference. Even like, he looks better without it. So, let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict III. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. This is why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Just this one. Pardon, sir? I was expecting another, that is I deposited another disc. Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So gutterly, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Says here, I don't know nothing about it. About it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute, that disc is mine.
Ah, what do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc. There's all the sharp little bumps. He must have scratched his finger on them. I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it. Well, you take it. Me? If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again. So you keep hold of it. Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? Okay, interesting.
You there, in the black livery. Hand that disc to me at once, please.
No, don't. He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars. Ugh, what do I do now? How am I supposed to resolve this? Wow, Miss Lestrade is really looking daggers at that mysterious gentleman. Oh, yeah, you'll do it. Mr. Sholmes, what exactly are you examining with such keen interest there? As you endure a bar of caramel, I see.
So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me in my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows.
Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you to partake in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship.
I had nothing to occupy my mind, was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. Of feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place.
Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, the 7% solution of caramel.
Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you?
I was so lonely, so desperately lonely.
And then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know.
Yes, I overheard much of your conversation.
Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. You were set, weren't you? Poor Mr. Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you.
It would seem that my inferences are correct.
Oh, I didn't respond to what you said even though I saw you rating it. Yeah, no, he does look dirty with that coat on, and honestly, it looks wrong. Exactly like reverse gumshoe. Oh, surely you're not supposed to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again?
My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, will my genius for deduction be commoditized?
How much could I pawn it for? Mr. Sholmes had another flash of inspiration. Oh boy. Is it another deduction? Alright, let's go. Is it time for the logic and reasoning spectacular? Where the blue blazes have you been, eh? The blue blaze, pardon. When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later. Harsh. It's been an hour?
And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Eggert Benedict, you have in my eyes a veritable encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit to the pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with an intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? Oh, he's turned white as a hard-boiled egg. Seeing that once again, Mr. Jones has made a flawless deduction. He never does, honey. Just who do you think you are, sir? Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. This ought to be good. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Sherlock Holmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. It hasn't even been an hour. No one's died yet. What's going on? Mystery Man's aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you've entered to the pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having your the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. That is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you this recruitment fly. Oh no, he's gonna get a job. He thinks he's gonna get a job here. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted with your advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. Ah, AG, that's not okay. Kane, which one? What utter rot? What utter rot? I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak, of course, is the missing ferrule. The end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, the detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. There's an... oh yeah, Sholmes does enjoy looking at tips, it's true. Therefore, there's only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you wouldn't readily facilitate the answer to the next one to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you have? Oh lord. Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you... oh dear. My suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive coming here was to take employment as this establishment in order to excavate the crime from the premises. Oh my god. What the hell? 3 of these things? Okay, here we go. Great crime. Oh boy, another one. Another one. Another one. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. But we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have been planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel. What on earth do you expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there's ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council. The leather gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works, beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins one another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the Great Vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan? I think it's the last part of the scheme. With what plan did the thief hope to make up for this? Are you quite serious? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. Naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm going to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. Postcard of the Great Exhibition. I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway, and the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime which you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of the bank. Bank. The special reserve funds, the Great Exhibition. Of course, I'll top secret police information. Do keep it under your hat, please. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell, dude? Mr. Sholmes? Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Impressively upbeat deduction from Detective racked with loneliness. Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault? Indeed, the few know of its existence. It's one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence, but he told everyone. You just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact. If it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There can be one explanation for that. Clear, it is because the man is a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he's a criminal, as you said, and buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret. Oh. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He's already plenty of shovels here after all. Oh my life. I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, I hope it's such a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. Oh, Sholmes. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to that great deduction sentence so we can massage it into shape. Is that what it said? Yep. Very well done, let's start once from the beginning. Yeah, the logic and reasoning spectacular. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. My dad's texting me about something really funny. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You guys don't understand. You. Okay.
Let's see. It's not the recruitment flyer. We know this. No, by Mr. Smells isn't. Record job. Gotta be the cane, I think. I think it's the cane, unless... Oh. Oh. The cane. Jesus. Oh. Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe... What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gino Lestrade, height 5'2". Green cap, stuffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel. Oh my. This better be important.
Take that!
I don't understand what this has to do with anything, but here we are. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place was info about Mrs. Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It appeared that the writing on sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertained to the pickpocket, Mr. Lestrade, and to Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery here. You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that lay here today, by which I mean here to Windibank's pawnbrokery, and today the redemption deadline of that overcoat. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you've written down to arrive. And you've gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. Oh. It's a feral. Yeah. Letters on the handle. Ah yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. The Herlock Jones would be HS, you mean? That's right. Initials on this cane, obviously. Oh. AG? Hey Slayer, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Glad to see you around. Why does it feel as though that's not quite right?
Take that!
Contradiction of the initialing. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Like Rashad EB. Eggs Benedict. In a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. Eggers. Eggers, come in here, this man got your cane. No, you're wrong. This cane isn't. You said before that you had the cane for years. Ugh. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. You recall, sir, something wrong? I need to recall you. Yep. Oh, he ripped his shoulder. Because it doesn't fit him. He ripped it. See that? What's the scene right there? Eggs Genedict. The split seam, which you evidently would like to see. Yep. Ah. Yes, because your overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. Oh, yes, you were. You so badly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. Ugh. The catalogue of untruths has been for one very specific purpose. Geez, that was a line. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed to Mr. Winterbank. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I originally imagined has been considerably curtailed. Interesting. Why does he want that? Alright, let's see. Now the SCICS. Forgotten that I redeemed the article and forgotten using the watchword. Had I not been the one to pass it in the first place, how could I possibly know the relevant details? N'est-ce pas? Oh, you like to speak French now, do you? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you're only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Yeah, he looked at the ledger. I thought it would be the ledger. Who's Sato? Oh, Professor. Bro, encryption. You gotta encrypt your shit. Use a Caesar cipher or something. Visioneer. One-time pad if you want to be real perfectly secret.
Take that!
The notelet. One-time pad probably wasn't invented yet, but the Caesar cipher certainly was, and I think Visioneer was as well. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure, yeah. I don't expect nothing less of a diligent phone. Okay. What are you talking about? It's increasingly apparent that you were present at the shop before you actually dismissed Mr. Stark. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Winterbank. The diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is common practice. You observed him writing the word professor on the note. You observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. Huh. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Mr. Strahd. Master plan. Oh, which brings us to the last. Yep. Why would you? I would like to know. It's not the picture postcard, bro. Well, it's certainly not this, so...
Take that!
Oh, really? Maybe it is that. Why would it be the armband? I feel... I have two pieces of evidence. Or maybe I have to examine it first. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I just didn't examine it. I'm stupid. For me gilded. Oh boy. Or McGilded. McGilded? It could... But... I was wondering how this is relevant.
Take that!
Thanks, game. You see, this music box is all we need to know. What's that? What's that on the back? Reads for McGilded. Ah! Ah! Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in the curious circumstances of the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London through his loan-mongering demonstrated distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you, or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature, in fact. He was precisely the right size for that overcoat you've squeezed yourself into. Oh. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Benedict. Final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason that you came to the pawnbrokery today was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Ah. That name just keeps coming back, I tell you. Case 3 was fantastic, so I'm glad to see the plot points come back from it, because I think I need to know what actually went down with that. I'm very, very curious. Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Miss Susato. Well, according to what Mr. Windibank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Today would have been precisely 2 months since it was first deposited.
Well, today is 15th April, so 2 months ago today.
Would have been 15th February, sir. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger.
Deposited at 10:30 p.m. I see. What? But that suggests... Yes, 15th February. It's precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. Oh, and 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. Oh my god. Hey Blue, how you doing? How's your stream? What? Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence.
You are of course at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose, however... I need that... I must insist you hand over the music box disc now.
Riddler is very annoying. Oh, I feel it. More Arkham Knight? Oof.
It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box.
What did I do? What do I do? Absolutely not, Rich. Some things a man must protect at all costs. Very well be one of those things. And again, may not.
Hold it!
Mr. Windbank, this is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that would happen, I should have to take my... What the hell, dude? Now's not the time. Mr. Windbank, no. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. What is it? Oh, it's this dude. Gregson. Inspector Gregson.
Inspector?
That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lanes. We got here as fast as we could. Now it's elevated.
Oh, praise be, you're here at last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment.
Seem you have the upper hand.
It would seem you have the upper hand.
Right, you lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Windbank very nearly met with his end. Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell.
Oh dear.
And the whole of Britain could meet with its end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. What? What on earth is the case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you. What?
Fuck it.
Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come down with me to the station.
But of course, Inspector. He's getting away. Oh, Gregson.
Fuck it up. 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 Fuck it up.
I really like that video. I'm sorry. Get after him, lads. Whistle the beat officer too. Sir. Sir. There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here lately. We fit emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now you get Mr. Permanently in mourning. Oh, yes? Certainly not Jack Black there, Robin. I'll be taking whatever it is McDonald's down to the yard. Thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken as evidence now. As evidence? The police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow. We have no choice but to capitulate. All yours, Inspector. I didn't expect... I thought the McGilded thing would be addressed in, like, case 2 or game 2. So we handed Mr. McGilded's disc over to Inspector Gregson. Summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. Drama, drama, drama. Looks like the weather forecast today is drama, drama, and more drama. 2 hours in and I have like a single piece of evidence. Yep. Well, I think I'm going to take this opportunity to take one of them their intermissions. Just, you know, consume a throat drop, get myself going, and we'll be back. I also need more water, so, you know, I'll be back in a little bit. Feel free to use the bathroom, whatever you need, and we will be right back. Take care, y'all. I'll see you in a minute.